Hello, welcome back to a new video by the Devscorch platform. My name is Johan and I will be a host in this video. Okay, so we have been building the Devscorch Academy API. And yeah, we actually are I think we did fairly a lot of coding already. And we're gonna implement now the front-end protocol for the guide service. I'm actually gonna open up this one in the guide service and this one here on the left side. And the reason for that is because I really don't want to code this out of my head again, because it was really terrible in the last video. So let's do an extension of guide services, and this is going to be the front end protocol. Okay, so in the last video we actually created something that was called the course context. So we're gonna do the same. We're actually gonna create a new file and we're gonna call this the guide context. So the whole idea about the guide context is actually the same as it is for the course context, where we actually are gonna try to retrieve the guide, and we're gonna try to retrieve the articles associated with the guide. Right? So this is gonna be content. So we had the guide, that's going to be guide model, and then we have let articles, and articles is actually going to be of article model, an array of article model, but it's actually going to be an optional. So this actually means that the API is not forced to return articles if the user is not subscribed. So that's actually pretty cool. But there is like this other thing that we still have to talk about, and that's something I think I'm gonna fix in the next video somewhere. So first we're gonna go here, and we're actually gonna change answer here to guide context, and then we have to change it under here. We actually have to change guide model to guide context. Otherwise this is not gonna work. Context just like this. Let me see really quick. Okay. So with guides, so let's create the get all object. So we're actually gonna do a let guides equal to try await guide model dot query on rec.db. Then we're gonna do dot filter backslash dot $sign status equal to status enum dot published dot raw value dot all. Now we can actually do return guides just like this. Okay, so the next one is going to be a little bit more difficult. So what we're going to do, let user is equal to rec dot path dot get. This is going to be the user model dot self. So this actually means that we're going to get the information from the authenticated user, right? So let me see. So what we do is guard let guide is equal to try await guide model dot query on rec.db. No, that's description. It actually has to be db. Then we're gonna do dot filter backslash dot $sign slug equal to object. We're also gonna filter to make sure that the stuff is actually already released. This is gonna be status is equal to status enum dot publish dot raw value, and dot first else throw abort, and we're gonna return a dot not found. Okay, under there we're actually gonna do let articles is equal to try await article model article model.query on rec.db dot filter backslash dot $guide is equal to guide.id, and we're gonna add another filter. With this filter, we're actually gonna make sure that, as always, that it's already released. Status enum dot publish dot raw value, and we're actually gonna return all. And now we're gonna do return user dot role equal to role enum dot, let me think, dot student dot raw value, then question mark, course of guide context. We're actually gonna return the guide, and in here we're gonna return the articles, and else we're gonna return guide context. This is gonna be the guide, and whereas the articles is gonna be nil, just like this. Okay, so we're actually gonna close this one up. Oh yeah, of course we need to make this an optional, because we are not sure if there's actually user authenticated. When the user is not authenticated, we're just gonna get back the course guide, so all the information, but not the articles. Okay. Okay, so this actually starts to look very good. So now we actually have to create a new protocol, and that's actually the protocol that we're gonna use to retrieve the article and to retrieve one session. So we're actually not gonna allow them to retrieve the articles or the sessions all at once, but they actually are allowed to retrieve all the articles from here. But we actually need another protocol for this, just to get one thing right. Okay, so let me see. Let's do another one here. Protocol get selected object protocol. Then we're gonna do associated type of model. You know what, let's do model. Okay, then static func get selected object is gonna be rec, and we actually need associated type of request. Rec is gonna be request. Object is gonna be a string. Async throws, and we're gonna throw model just like this. Okay, so we're actually gonna use this one to change user information. I think we're gonna add that one to the user protocols. I think that actually that's actually a better way, but we're gonna do that a little bit later. So we go to article services, extension of article services, and this is going to be the get selected object protocol. Okay, then this one is going to complain goodbye. Okay, so this one actually going to do let the user is equal to rec.auth.get user model dot self. Okay, then we're gonna do a guard let article equal to try await article model dot query on rec dot db. Then we're gonna do dot filter backslash dot slug is equal to object. And we're also going to check if it's still published, right? Because sometimes it can happen that the status of an object changes. So this is going to be status enum dot published dot raw value dot first else row throw abort. And in abort we actually just have to do not found. Ah, you know what? Actually, we also have to check. We also have to check maybe if the user is still subscribed, because maybe if the user actually has like access to pro stuff, and we're actually not gonna check if he's subscribed, then we have a problem, right? So what we can do, user.role, or let's make this an optional. So we're gonna do return user.role, just like this. Right, let me think. Equal to role enum dot student dot raw value question mark. Then we're gonna do article. Okay, article else. It's probably not possible to throw, huh? In here, no, it's not able to throw. Okay, so you know what we can actually do? You know what? Let's just leave it like this, because this way they can actually get the selected object. Let me see. Turn article, just like this. So okay, so they are actually able to check the article, but they won't be able to retrieve the article if the guide is not if they don't have like a student role, right? So we actually have to see. Okay, so if, because the problem, because in the end it doesn't really matter, because we have to return an article model anyway, but only if they are subscribed. That is this is a really big problem, and I still have to look into this. So I'm gonna look in this later, okay? So to be really lazy, we can actually just copy and paste this extension, and we're also gonna add it to session service, just like this. Done. Session service, and we're gonna retrieve the session model, and session gonna be session model query plug published abort not found return session. Okay, perfect. So now we have created these ones as well. Let me see. So okay, so first let's add this to the controllers, okay? So let's see. Content protocol. Okay, so the content handler protocols are already called. We go to user protocols. Okay, so first we need that one we have. This is the user protocol for creating. This is the user handler. Okay, let me check really quick. So we implemented the content handler protocols. These are implemented. Okay, so we only have to implement the front-end protocols. And in here, change user information. Okay, so in the front-end protocol, we can actually create a new protocol. We're gonna call this front-end handler protocol. Open this one up. We're gonna have an associated type of model, associated type of answer, associated type of status, and associated type of request. Then we have func get object of rec. And this is going to be request, async throws, and the get object is throwing an answer. Then we have the get all object. It's going to be func get all objects. It's gonna be rec of request. Async throws. And this is gonna return the array models. Okay. Then we have the get selected object protocol, so we can actually add that one here as well. Oh, wait a second, this has to be model, just like this. So we can actually add that one as well. Func get selected object, get selected object. Okay, so this is actually a little bit different. Because I think it's better if we add this one to another one. Because the get selected object, we're actually only going to use that one for article and service. Because for guide, it's already implemented, I think. Yeah, that's this one. Okay, so let's create another protocol. I'm gonna call this get selected object handler. And we're gonna do associated type of I think it's gonna be answer. And we're gonna need an associated type of request. And a func get selected object. Wait a second. Yeah, get selected object. Then rec. This is going to be request. Async throws. This actually is going to throw a model. Let's also add a model here. Associated model. Okay, so get object is answer. That's okay. And yeah, okay. So open up a second editor. Then in this one, let's open the article controller. Okay, so we already have get by status and search. So those are actually the admin routes. So now we're gonna add the extension for the user. Extension article controller. And this is gonna be the, let me check really quick. Front end handler protocol. Okay, so this is the get object. No, we don't need this one here. Here we actually just need the get selected object handler. That's this one. Because then we only call this one. Fix. And here we're gonna do I think let article equal to rec.parameters.get. This is gonna be the article block, just like this. Then return try await article services dot get selected object. It's gonna be rec, and the object is gonna be article, just like this. So with this one, we actually retrieve the one selected article for the user, and we can be lazy. We can actually just copy and paste this one also inside the session service. Nope, not in the session service, but in the session controller. As stated before, copy pasting is really bad, but for now I allow it. Session service, session model, that's session. And we're gonna do here, we're gonna do session plug. And then we're gonna do session service dot get selected object. Okay, so object is gonna be session, just like this. Perfect. Okay, so now we have to go to the course controller. Wait a second, first let's go to the course service to see if we already implemented. Yeah, we did, okay. So now we can do extension of course controller. And this is going to be the front end handler protocol. Open this one up. Then we're going to add protocol stubs. Okay, so we're still using answer and model, the course model, so we can actually create this one in course context. We go back here. This is going to be course context. Perfect. So in here we can actually just do return try await course services dot get all objects rec. So with this one we actually get all the courses. Now with this one is missing throws course context. We're gonna do, I think, let course equal to rec dot parameters dot get, and for this one we're actually gonna get the slug like this, then return try await course services dot get object. It's gonna be rec object is gonna be course. Okay, so I can imagine that this all looks a little bit difficult, and this is just, these routes are actually, this one returns everything for the user, and this one actually checks if the user is subscribed, and if the user is subscribed it actually sends also the, how's it called, it also sends the sessions, and if the user is not subscribed we're not going to send a session. Okay, so now we have to implement this one also for the guide, and if we want to be lazy we can just copy and paste this and go to guide controller. We're gonna take guide controller. Here on the top we're actually gonna change answer to guide context, and this is gonna be guide context and guide services. This one is going to be guide model, and then guide services dot all objects. And we have to change this one to guide. This one we change to guide. Okay, so now let me check. Get selected object handler. I think we did that one as well. So let's go to session controller really quick. Yeah, we did that one as well. Okay, so let's open up the routes. And then we go to the user routes. These are the user routes. Now we can actually do this. Mark registered user content routes. And we actually can add the add the content here. And I think we don't even need the basic auth group, because we actually want all the people to see certain information, right? So we can actually just do app.routes, I think. Yeah, so we can actually do app.routes .get. And let me think. So first we're gonna do like the guide, right? So we can actually do backslash. No, we're actually gonna do a string first, backslash, and this is gonna be the routes enum dot guides. No, let's do courses first. So courses dot raw value. Then we can actually close this one so that we have some more space to work. I'm gonna add a new one here. Okay. So this is going to be about parameter dot plug dot raw value, and we're going to use the course controller dot get all objects, just like this. Okay, so those are the course, these are actually all the courses, so we can actually delete this one. Don't need that one, so we're only gonna return the courses from here. Then app.routes.get. Then we're gonna do something like this. So we still want the user to check if what kinds of information he can see on the route. But the coolest thing is, because when there is no logged in user, it's just gonna return the it's only gonna return like the course page theoretically. Okay, so let's do courses.raw value, then comma backslash. So this is gonna be route parameter dot slug dot raw value. Okay, and then we have course controller dot get object, this one. Okay. Okay, so then we have we think really quick. Yeah, we're gonna test this out anyway in a future video, because we're almost finished with registering most of the routes. And then we're gonna test everything, also as a not logged in user. So theoretically, I say theoretically, this should work, because if there's no user present, he's just gonna say like, okay, no user present, so we're just gonna send the normal content. Okay, and app.routes.get. Backslash routes enum dot courses dot raw value, comma. Then we're gonna add the slug of the route parameter. We're gonna add the slug of the course. Let me think really quick. Oh, that has to be a dot. Dot. Okay. Wait a second. So when we get an object, or when we get like the session. You know what? That's actually, for this one, we're actually going to use a token auth group, because we actually want to make sure that the user is actually subscribed to get access to this route. Okay, then we can actually get rid of routes, and we're gonna put a comma here. Then we're gonna do let me see, so we're gonna call session. No, we don't have to. Yeah, shall we do that? Yeah, we can do that. We're gonna add another one. And we actually go to route parameter really quick, because we actually have to add a new parameter here. So case. And this is gonna be article equal to double point article slug. Just like this. We have route parameter dot raw value. And then we're gonna do use. Oh, we need a comma there. Use session controller dot and this is probably not the right one, so let's go to session controller really quick. Here, get selected object, that this was the one. Just like this. So what this means, when the route, wrong, generic parameter response could not be inferred, Value of type session controller as non-member get selected object. Yes, you do. Session service. Oh, wait a second, did we use the wrong... No, we have... Huh? Session controller, that's this one. Extend... Oh. It actually has to be session service of a session controller. And now it should work. Okay. Apparently not. Okay, let's try this again. Dot get. Still doesn't. Let's go to session controller really quick. Session controller. Yeah, I see it. Now it should work. Okay. Yeah, okay, that works. So now we have that one. Now we're gonna look at the guide. So we allow them to check the guides out with all the information, right? What we want to share. We're gonna do routes enum dot guides dot raw value. Then we're gonna do use guide controller dot get all objects. Okay. Now we're gonna do app dot routes dot get routes enum dot guides dot raw value. Have to add a comma there. And in here we're actually gonna do route parameter. Oh, nope. That's the problem with those Intel Macs. Those Intel Macs, they get slower by the day. Because I'm still working on my slug. I'm still working on my Intel Mac because my Max Mac is still not back from repairs. It's still broken for almost a year now. They're still fighting over who has to pay for it, I or they. So then we go guide controller dot get object. This one. Okay. And then we're gonna do app dot routes dot get. Because this way we can actually check. You know what? Let's make this instead of apps.get, let's make this a token. Token auth group so that we are sure that the user, if they ever find out the URL, that they're not gonna try to get free access. They actually have to be registered. So then we're gonna do string routes enum dot guides dot raw value. Then we're gonna do backslash routes parameter. No, routes route parameter dot slug dot raw value, just like this. Okay. Oh, then after that, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. We made a mistake here. But this one should be there. Okay. Now it makes sense again. And after this one, I'm gonna call article, just like this, comma. Then we're gonna do another string. About parameter dot article dot raw value. Then comma use. And we're gonna this is going to be the article polar dot get selected object. Perfect. So this is actually really cool. So we actually registered like all the content routes now for the user. So this actually means they have access to all the courses. They have access to the selected course, and then we're actually going to check if they are registered or not. And if they are registered and they are a student, they can actually get all the information back. And if not, they don't get all the information. Then when they are registered and they are actually subscribed, they can go into the token auth group. They can actually get the selected object. It's actually pretty cool. Let me check this one out one more time. Of course. There's one more thing we need to do before this is 100% and completely safe. And that is, we're going to create a new middleware. So here we have like the admin middleware, right? We're going to copy and paste this one. And we're going to actually create a new file. And we're actually going to call this check student middleware. Then we can actually do something like this. Then import vapor, import leaf. And we're actually going to call this check student middleware. And now we can actually say like oh, not leaf, sorry, there's another package, we need fluent. So the user.role, instead of admin, there's going to be student. Sorry, and then we can actually change this one. Sorry, you need to be subscribed to be able to read this article or watch this content. Please choose a subscription plan. Okay, so this one is gonna save. Then we go back to routes. Now we're actually gonna check the let me check really quick. So under the admin route, we're actually gonna do / student auth, let student middleware is equal to check student middleware. Then let student token auth group equal to app.routes.grouped token auth middleware, and we're gonna add the student middleware just like this. And now we can actually replace this one with student token auth group, and this one we can also replace with student token auth group. So that actually means that the users have only access to this if their role is student, and the student's role is actually activated the moment when they subscribe, okay? And the moment when they unsubscribe and their subscription ends, it's automatically changed back to registered. So this is actually pretty cool. So we actually did a lot in this video. I can imagine it's a lot and that you guys are a little bit overwhelmed. But we actually are doing a great job and we're actually getting closer and closer. So in the next video we're gonna test some of the routes and we're gonna see if everything works according to how it should work. And after that we're gonna look one more time at the content publish system. So the system that's actually gonna publish our content when we plan something. I still don't know how we're gonna do that for sure, but by the time I record that video, I'm sure I have an idea for that. So I'm going to bed. I have to wake up tomorrow morning really early. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you know where to find me on Discord or here down in the comment section. I will be helping you with everything. Okay? So thank you for watching and I see you next time.